Hey guys, today I want to talk about breaking down barriers because, and the whole process around drawing. Because we often have a tendency to put pressure on ourselves. We often focus on the outcome instead of the process when drawing. And to sort of put everything upside down, I decided to make this drawing with a ballpoint pen. And I did that very intentionally because a ballpoint pen is, it's irreversible. You cannot erase ballpoint pen. Well, you can, but you could paint it over or put white Posca or whatever, something like that over it, but that's not what this video is about. It's about putting a lot of ink down on paper and go from there. And when you think about it, you can't really focus on the outcome of a drawing because you don't know the outcome. So why stress about something that you can't even see yet, that you have no control over? Might as well just, be here now, be in the process, be in every line that you put down on paper. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want perfect. And since ballpoint pen is or should not be erased in this exercise, we might as well just give up on trying to be perfect from the get-go. And instead of thinking beforehand, which we often do when we sit down to draw something, we often think about, I want perfection, I want some degree of likeness, I want it to be pretty because I want to put it up on my wall, I want to impress someone, or I want to impress myself, or I want to improve. All of that is fine and good and nice and all right. But I'm just saying that maybe instead of doing all that thinking, just focus on being in the moment and creating something. Just go with the flow. Don't force it. Also, perfect isn't real. What's perfect? Come on, we don't want perfect. We want authenticity, because perfect, to me, what is perfect? Perfect is boring to me. And what do I mean by we want authenticity? What I mean is human, alive. When you draw something, let's say you drew a still life of an apple and a vase. It's just an example, right? You would draw that one day and then you would draw the same motif the next day, right? Those two drawings or paintings or whatever you would choose to do would be completely different. Because you can't create the same thing twice, because a day has passed, because it's a new day, because it's a new you. It's, everything affects your drawing, your emotional, your mental state, what happened that morning, all of that. And that's what makes it human, and that's what makes it imperfect, but also what makes it interesting and alive. In fact, I think it's one of the most interesting things about drawing is that, it's organic. Yeah. So more on that. More of that, please. And as you can see, I'm just putting down all this ink, all these lines, and instead of focusing on flaws, I don't really take it so seriously. I just, it's just a drawing. It's just a goddamn drawing. It doesn't have to be Rembrandt or Picasso, whatever, huge art personality that you are comparing yourself to. Please don't compare yourself to anyone other than yourself, by the way. Don't do that. And I mean, this is just me drawing. I didn't warm up. I didn't plan it. I just started off on the page and went from there. There's no pencil sketch. There's no, plan. There's no idea, really. There's no like creative desire or need to prove something. It's just pen to paper and let go, right? So also just embracing the ugly, not trying to avoid the mess, because it's a messy drawing. It's not about perfecting each line. It's about, the bigger picture, what it adds up to. And you might think when you're drawing like this that, oh, I placed that one eye wrong, or that wrinkle was too deep or too far away from the eye or the nose, whatever. Stop judging. Just keep drawing. Just keep drawing, is what I'm saying. And when you are drawing with a ballpoint pen like this, you're sort of forced to put down a lot of ink on the paper. And thereby to let go of your need to control the process. And to free yourself of that way of thinking. And to let go of control, I know a lot of people struggle with this because there are so many things in our lives that we tell ourselves that we can control and that we need to control. The truth is, we don't really control that many things, right? And often when you create something, the magic happens when you let go of your big plans, when you let go of your ideas and just do it, when you forget about yourself and your ego. And also with this ballpoint, it's great because you can be really bold, like I said, put down a lot of ink, but you can also do some soft shading. So it's really, really versatile, and I love that about ballpoint pen. What it's really about is just getting something down on paper. Because often we stop ourselves from being creative. You sit down, you decide, oh, I should draw something. But then all these thoughts come to mind like, oh, I can't do this. It's too much work. It's too much time. I'm not good enough. I can't do it perfectly. Because what you're doing there, do you see it? You're focusing on the end result. You're focusing on something that isn't even there yet. How stupid is that? And I'm not saying you're stupid, because I'm stupid too in that case. We all do this. I've done this so many times in my, work as an artist. Focus too much on the outcome. And I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on the outcome. Obviously, you should focus on the outcome. But as you're drawing, when you're in the process, be in the process. And then afterwards, we can talk about the result. But you need to let go. You need to free yourself of this and focus on the process. Be in the process. And it's not about making it pretty. All right? It's about playing. It's about having fun, enjoying the moment. And it's also about getting in a state of consciousness where you sort of disappear. Which is very contrary to what is usually the case on social media these days, right? I mean, we all want to put ourselves on the stage, and there's this need for individualization and showing yourself, I'm this kind of person and I do this, and really what I want you to do here is to forget about yourself completely. Disappear into the process of drawing. Forget your ego, forget your need to be seen, because it's not about you, it's about the drawing, it's about what comes out of you. And you are secondary to that. And that also takes away some of the pressure to perform, right? Some of the pressure to be perfect as an artist, or to be a certain way if you're an artist. Let go of all that. It's a prison. And listen, like I said, obviously, I do want a good result. I want a great result when I draw. But as I'm working, I want to free myself of that desire, because ultimately, it's not about that. It's about the process. And it's about getting away of this idea about things having to be beautiful. And what is beautiful? It's all in the eyes of the beholder. So we want real, we want authentic, we don't want perfect. Think about it. Think about the most amazing piece of art you've ever come across. Whether it be a piece of music, a song, a poem, a movie, a piece of art, whatever it is. Did you like it because it was perfect? Or did you like it because you felt it, because you could relate to it, because it felt real, because it was relatable, because it showed you what it's like to be a human being, what it's like to be you in your situation? I think I know the answer, right? I mean, what is perfect? Perfect is, it's kind of dead. Like that. We want relatable, we want human. And also, drawing this way makes me think about this, which is a fact, that no one can create what you can do. Right? Only you can do what you do. And we could take 100 people and sit them down and say, draw this person or this tree or whatever. And we would get 100 different results. Even if they all used the same kind of pencil, they all used the same angle, they all saw it from the same angle, all of that the same, there would still be 100 different results. I mean, that's one of the best things about drawing, right? It's personality. We want you into that drawing. We don't want perfection. We want you to express you. Where were you emotionally? Where were you mentally when you drew this? All those fast lines. Were you restless? Were you angry? Were you excited? Were you sad? Were you super in love? I mean, those things can show in a drawing because it's made by human beings. So instead of chasing likeness, there's nothing wrong with chasing likeness, but maybe you can hear it in my choice of words, chasing likeness, right? Instead of, what about, capturing the energy of someone, or the energy of, now I'm talking portraits, but it could also be like a tree, or a still life, like the way the light hits the still life? Is it soft? Is it sharp? You can still express emotions like that with lighting. Just like this drawing, this voiceover isn't perfect. Right? So, think about it. If you ever drew a live model and you have an appointment with this model and he or she shows up and you start drawing and it goes really well, and then you meet him or her the next day and you feel this shift in energy, not just in the model but in yourself and on your canvas. It's this ever-changing flow of energy, which is so interesting and inspiring. So get out of your mind. It's a prison. Instead of going for perfect as the goal, why not go for imperfect? The actor Willem Dafoe once said in an interview, I don't know his precise quote, but he said something along the lines of, every once in a while you should do a bad painting, right? Deliberately bad painting. Because it might free you of ideas about what it takes for something to be beautiful or perfect. We all have these ideas about what it is to be an artist, or what a portrait should be like, or if you're a painter or an artist, you are a certain way, you have this vibe around you, whatever. Free yourself of that and just sort of challenge that, right? And this drawing, look at it. It's extremely messy. But it's still a drawing, right? Also, it's just a drawing. Like I said, when you draw, what's wrong with a little wildness, a little showing of emotions, showing your personality in drawings with wild movements or subtle movements, right? I love when you can tell someone's personality from their drawings, or when an artist is able to capture the energy of their model in their line work. I love that. It is something that I strive to do because that's what keeps it interesting. What I really want to strive at, and what I want you to think about, what I want you to think about is actually to not think when you draw. Your hand already knows what to do. Get out of your head, get out of your sometimes compulsive need to plan, to analyze, to limit yourself, to inhibit yourself. Stop that. And just, your hand already knows what to do. Just put the pen to paper and follow your hand. Don't analyze, don't think, just draw. Also, look at this drawing. It has a lot of contrast already because I'm using bold layers. I'm using, ink that can't be erased. So it's pretty bold and beautiful, I think. And when I've done this drawing, I will have filled a page in my sketchbook. And I will have done something creatively outside of my comfort zone. Bonus. And you might think or say to yourself, that's scary. That's too scary for me. I mean, a lot of people fear the white paper, the surface of white paper, like in a sketchbook, for example, or the white canvas. And if it's scary, that's exactly why you should do it. Look, it's just a drawing. And again, if it feels scary, it's probably because you're focusing on, right? If it's scary, it's probably because you're focusing on the end result, right? So stop focusing on the end result. Focus on the process. Focus on playing and having fun and just doing it. Stop thinking. And yes, I know we want a good result. We want something amazing put down on paper. Once in a while, we do that. I'm just saying, try and expand your ideas about what a good drawing looks like. Maybe how a drawing should be done. Because there are many, many, many answers to that question. And you might also want to try using other art materials than you usually do, drawing other things than you usually do, or people than you usually do. Let go of the rules. There's so much prettiness. Is that a word? There's so much pretty on social media. But listen, there's no art police here. You're in charge, okay? And I'm so fed up with making things pretty. Because guess what? My process isn't pretty. What I do isn't pretty. But you know what it is? It's authentic. It's real. And it's personal. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see pretty lies. I want realness. That's what I want. I want real people doing real drawings. I don't want to be impressed. I want someone who is honest and shows me who they are. That's what I get off on, artistically. So, throw out your labels about your ideas about what or how you should do things when it comes to art. Focus on the process. Focus on the emotions inside of you. Focus on the human touch. Be you in every aspect of that. And go have fun with it. Experiment. And be bold. I mean, this is also why I chose the ballpoint pen, is because a lot of you guys, I see your drawings and I can really see that you try really hard and you do a lot of work and you really focus your energy on the details, and that's all really good. But a lot of people forget about the contrast in a drawing. They're afraid to put down too much product or, like too much ink or graphite or whatever. And if there's something you're afraid of, that's a pretty good indicator that you need to explore that and do exactly that if you fear it. So use your gut feeling and, go for it. Thanks so much for watching, and I want to take this opportunity to please, please, please ask you to subscribe to this channel. I would love to one day go live here and do a lot more creative things, but in order to do that, I need to get a lot more followers. Sorry, subscribers. So I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and feel free to comment. Yeah, feel free to comment anything you want. If you want to ask questions, if you have suggestions, just want to say hi, whatever. Means a lot to me. I read all the comments, even though I might not respond to them. They mean a lot to me. And I just want to thank you for being a part of this community. I hope to make a lot more videos in the future. I hope you liked this video and stay tuned for more. Take care. Bye.